Okay, so we come to the first part of my basic Desert Strike clone in the future. So first off, you'll see that in the center of the screen I've got a very terrible crosshairs. I have no artistic ability, so I'm using basically whatever I can find. You'll see the HUD up in the top left. It's basically made up of Excel images that I've sort of transported in. They're quite awful. You can see we have fuel, we have shield, we have three types of weapon. Which is for any good Desert Strike clothes, you need multiple firing systems. So at the first we've got a yellow sort of machine gun effect, high repeat rate, low damage. We have a slower moving missile from there, and the third one I haven't quite built in yet. Will be some kind of beam weapon that I'll kind of link and auto target. You can see as they're being, as they're firing, they're using up energy up in the top left. That is to mimic Desert Strike ammunition as we're going in. So to move around, I've put a particle emitter, which makes a thrust effect. So as you launch, there you go, you get nice thrust effects. You get forward, backwards. I've got a little bit of a coaster delay at the end of it, so when you stop, it kind of goes to a stop. That happens sideways as well, and I've put a little tilt on, so whenever you move left or right, the ship model cants over to about 30 degrees. And that happens with rotation as well. Now you'll see here the camera follows, or attempts to follow, the crosshairs in the middle. I've put it on a slight delay to smooth things out, so that when you're moving around, the entire camera isn't drastically shifting around with you. It should hopefully smooth things out, so when you do like a small rotation like that, you only get sort of a minor wobble in the camera. It should hopefully smooth things down when you're flying about. And you can see the terrain I've set at slightly underneath maximum terrain. It should hopefully give a nice feel where it actually feels like you're flying around three-dimensional terrain, just using the shadow as a guide on that. Last effect we do have is I've got a shield that snaps on and rotates around. That will fade in colour as you take damage, so your shield bar up at the top left, as that reduces, that colour will fade. And you can switch that on and off through a manual control. And yeah, you need to not click it too much. So that's basically it. I'm going to have to add in some sound effects, otherwise it's just going to be me going, which is all a bit terrible. So that's basic ship controls.